This video is brought to you by us. Don't worry, I'll explain. Do your kids love Lego? Then you have to take a trip to the brand new Legoland New York. In this video, I'll cover all the best rides and attractions in the Legoland theme park, what it's like to stay at the Legoland Hotel, and where to get the best food at the hotel and the park, so keep watching. Many thanks to Legoland New York for hosting us. Hey, welcome back to Top Flight Family. My name is Carmen Sognonvi, and I'm so excited to tell you all about our stay at Legoland New York. Legoland is located in Goshen, which is a village in Orange County in New York State, about an hour-and-a-half drive from the city. Now, our family has seen all the Lego movies, but I wouldn't say that our girls have ever really been Lego super fans. Also, the park is designed primarily for ages 2 to 12, and the girls are definitely on the older end of that spectrum. So with all that said, I wasn't sure how much they would enjoy the experience. I shouldn't have worried though, because all four of us ended up having a fantastic time. Or should I say, bricktastic time, to keep it on brand for Lego. This was our very first time visiting a Legoland, and I came away really impressed by the experience. Now, you could certainly visit the Legoland park as part of a day trip, but to really get the full experience, I'd highly recommend booking a night or two at the Legoland Hotel because it's really well done. The park is right next to the hotel, which makes it really easy to walk between the two. One thing that's interesting about the hotel is that they're very technology forward. For example, instead of checking in at the front desk, you check in online a day or two before your arrival. When your room is ready, you'll get an email or text, at which point you go to the kiosk in the main lobby and print out your key. Of course, there are staff members around to assist if you need help, but overall, it's a pretty touchless experience. The fun starts as soon as you head to the elevators. There's a digital whoopee cushion in one corner of the elevator lobby, which of course the girls loved. And when the elevator doors close, well, just watch.
Oh, look at it, it's blowing bubbles. Ah!
Wow. The hotel has 4 themed floors inspired by different Lego product lines: Ninjago, Lego Friends, Pirates, and Kingdom. We picked a pirate floor and the theme was so detailed. It starts as soon as you step off the elevators and it continues into the hallway and of course into the room itself. When you walk in, there's a kid's room that has a bunk bed with a trundle bed that pulls out. Next to that is the bathroom, and then the king bed with a little desk and a small seating area. The bathroom was full of cool pirate details with an adorable shower curtain and Lego branded toiletries. Even the toilet paper had a Lego branded sticker on it. All right, so we're in the room.
Finally.
And this place is awesome. Like, Serge and I watched a couple YouTube videos. We're trying to figure out what it looked like inside of the hotel, like what the rooms looked like, and like, it didn't look good in the videos. But now we're here, it's like awesome. One touch that was really cute was this fake security camera footage with little Lego characters playing on the TV. Of course, there are Lego bricks for kids to play with, and in case they need inspiration, throughout the room there are really cool 3D Lego models. The highlight of the room, though, was the scavenger hunt.
How many gold keys are in the room? Let's check. We start from here. Ella, start from here.
Once you answer all the questions, the answers form a code that unlocks the combination safe, which has some prizes inside.
So the housekeepers have to help us.
We won't spoil what's inside the safe, but if like us, you had some trouble figuring out the code, you can text housekeeping and they'll let you know what it is. Speaking of housekeeping, one thing that's interesting about this hotel is that there are no phones in the room. If you need anything from housekeeping, you either text them from your own phone or use the Google Home that's provided in the room.
Fancy cups.
Ah, my Sauvignon Blanc here. Yes, it's the classy way to enjoy a little
That's how you enjoy a $10 bottle of wine.
aperitif here. Yeah, it tastes like a $10 bottle of wine. By the way, if you're new to this channel, we're the Sognonvi family and we live in New York City. There's me, Carmen, my husband Serge, and our daughters Sean and Ella. We work full-time as travel creators, and we're all about inspiring families to explore the world together in comfort and style. We share tips on how you can save time, reduce hassle, and maximize comfort when you travel with kids. If that sounds good to you, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Our family has set a goal of visiting 21 resorts in 2021, and Legoland New York is the 14th one we've visited so far. Why resorts? Well, we actually have a whole video that explains that, which I'll link below. I'll also link to our 21 resorts in 2021 playlist so you can check out all the other properties we'll be visiting. Okay, let's talk about the dining options at the hotel. Brick's Family Restaurant is the main restaurant at the hotel, and it's where you'll find the free breakfast buffet that's included with your stay. You won't need a reservation for breakfast, but for dinner it's best to make one, since the first night we were there, it was so booked up that we weren't able to just walk in. The food here was surprisingly good. I really don't have any expectations when it comes to theme park food, so I was pleasantly surprised, especially by how tasty this roasted chicken was. The other restaurant at the hotel is Skyline Cafe, which is basically the lobby bar. This one is first come first serve, so it's a good option if you weren't able to get into Bricks without a reservation. The burger here was again, surprisingly good. After dinner, kids will have a lot of fun playing in the castle playscape in the lobby or doing a little shopping at the Lego shop. The hotel also has an outdoor pool, but unfortunately that was already closed for the season by the time we went. So now that we've covered what it's like to stay at the Legoland Hotel, let's talk about Legoland itself. The park is a 2-minute walk away from the hotel, so getting around is super convenient. I'd recommend getting to the park at 9:30 a.m. The park officially opens at 10 a.m., but they start letting people in around 9:45.
2, 1.
Legoland is now open.
When you get inside, there's a giant carousel right at the front, but I'd recommend saving this for last so you can hit it on your way out. We started our trip by turning left and looping all the way around the park, which I think is the best way to plan your day. The other option would be to make a right and start with Miniland, but I think it's better to save that for last, and I'll explain why later in this video. So what are the top attractions we recommend? Let's break them down by each of the lands. When you walk to your left, the first land you'll reach is Bricktopia. Here we loved the Lego Factory Adventure Ride. It's like you're a Lego minifigure getting packed and shipped, and it was so cute.
Hold on, everyone. This is it.
If you've ever been on Ride of the Resistance at Disney, it was similar to that in terms of the vehicles and the technology used. But of course, this ride is much less intense and much more playful.
Move your arms. Come on, give yourself weight.
Two other attractions in Bricktopia that you should visit are Build and Test and the Creative Workshop. We didn't get a chance to go to these, but we heard that both are great in terms of offering hands-on building experiences for kids, so definitely check those out. In Ninjago World, we recommend checking out Lego Ninjago the ride. On this ride, you sit in a vehicle and you use your hand movements to shoot down bad guys on the screen. It's similar to Toy Story Mania at Disney World if you've ever ridden that one.
Serge,
Yes.
so if Ninjago is Japanese,
Yes.
why was all the music Chinese?
Is there a difference?
Lego Castle had our girls' favorite ride, the dragon. The beginning of the ride is a little bit similar to the Pirates of the Caribbean in that there are different animatronic scenes that you pass by, but then once your car gets outside, the ride becomes a full-on roller coaster. It's a fun roller coaster for beginners, and the girls rode it more times than I can count.
So girls, if you're gonna ride the dragon, do you recommend front, back, middle? What's the best seat?
The back is scary, and the front, you get the drop.
So which is better, back or front?
The back.
So front, you just get a cooler view of the drop, but back is more scary, you think?
Yeah, I got it.
In the Lego City section, our favorite attraction was the 4D movie at Palace Cinema. The movie was called Officer in Pursuit. We were given 3D glasses, and because it was a 4D experience, there was water spraying, bubbles, and moving seats, so it was really immersive. The movie was much more thrilling than I expected. It was like a non-stop chase scene and so much fun. Plus, it was a nice way to get out of the sun for a bit. 2 other attractions in this land you should check out are driving school or junior driving school if you've got really little kids. These attractions are super popular at the park. Kids get in a little car and they drive around, and if they obey the rules, like stopping at red lights, they get a little driver's license card. Next up, we went to Lego Pirates, which is where you can find lots of different fun water attractions. We loved the ride Splash Battle, where we got to ride in a little boat with cannons that sprayed water at the other boats. During the ride, people watching from above would shoot water at the boats too. And it was really fun to see how into it they got. This was one of the girls' favorite rides. There's also a big pirate ship playground area next to Splash Battle that has a ton of fun water features. Finally, we ended our day at Miniland, which has really impressive Lego models of famous cities around the United States.
I think Chicago was a bit of an afterthought. It's just the bean in this building right here.
This was really relaxing to walk through at the end of a long day, so I'd recommend making this your last stop.
It does look like our house. Serge, what did we just notice about the Miniland?
I just noticed I saw all the boroughs except for Staten Island. I don't know if
I think, we're all in agreement on that.
I think New Yorkers are, but I'm kind of surprised that these guys in
Maybe there was a little part that we just missed.
sure, just like everybody else.
One thing that can be a lot of fun to do when it comes to family vacations is to keep them a surprise.
Why do you think us to see you real soon?
We're going to Disney again?
Tomorrow. And not only are we going to Disney,
Is it another Disney cruise?
we're doing both. Oh my god, not again.
If you have a surprise trip planned and you'd like us to make a special video announcing it for you, you can now book a custom shoutout from us on CAMEO.
Hey Penelope and Nolan, your mom Stephanie wanted us to let you know that she has a special surprise for you, and that is you guys are going to Hawaii!
Go to cameo.com/topflightfamily to learn more. Okay, let me share a few tips that will help you make the most of your trip to Legoland. First of all, Legoland is cashless, so make sure you have a debit or credit card on you. Also, download the Legoland app before you get there. You can use it to check wait times, show times, and see a map of the park. It's a good idea to measure your kid's height before you go and have a sense beforehand of which rides they can and cannot get on. The Legoland website has an extensive chart that details height requirements for every attraction at the park. Throughout the park, there are different carnival games that are fun to play between rides. But you should know ahead of time that these cost extra and are not included in your admission.
All it is.
Alright, we got a huge winners over here! Good job!
If your kids have Lego minifigures at home, bring them to the park with you. Every staff member has a minifigure on their name tag, and they're happy to trade theirs for yours.
You want to give it a shot?
Which one? Him? Yeah. Alright. I got this, Elsa, but I named her Brenda. And then a nice lady gave me this for free. So yeah.
There are also minifigure trading posts located throughout the park. We visited the one located in the Duplo Baby Care Station in Lego City. And we also went to the one in Lego Pirates, which is located at a retail kiosk called Smuggler's Hall.
The lady one.
Oh wow, that's very unique.
Overall, the wait times for rides were longer than I would have expected, given the fact that the park wasn't all that crowded when we went. One thing that's good though is that the more thrilling rides, like the Dragon, actually have shorter lines. I assume that's because guests skew a little younger here, so many of them don't meet the height requirements for the bigger rides. Now, one thing I did not love about the park's design were all the winding pathways. Listen, these are great for accessibility when it comes to wheelchairs and strollers, but for the rest of us, having to take these long detours to cover what should be a short distance was really not fun. So many guests were ignoring the signs urging people to stay on the path and were instead cutting across by walking up or down the hills through the grass. This type of design might work in other states, but New Yorkers like us do not have the patience for this. So I'd really urge the park to think about adding some shortcut paths and stairs for the guests who are not using strollers or wheelchairs. Spending a day in any type of theme park is already physically demanding, so don't force people to walk longer distances than is actually necessary. Okay, let's talk about dining at the park. There are a lot of food options, but honestly, the food at the hotel is much better than any of the food at the park. The Skyline Cafe at the Legoland Hotel is actually open during lunch, and it's not usually very busy at that hour. So if you'd rather skip the crowds at the park, that's a great option for lunch. By the way, we actually learned this tip from a viewer we ran into when we were at Legoland. Shout out to Frank and his family, it was so lovely to meet you all. Frank actually just started his own YouTube channel called Legoland Explorer. So if you'd like a deep dive into all things Legoland New York, I'll link his channel below. There are two main sit-down restaurants at Legoland. The first is located in Bricktopia and it's called Smokey's Brickbarbecue. This is a barbecue spot with all kinds of smoked meats like brisket, kielbasa, ribs. We found the meat to be pretty dry and under-seasoned, so be generous with the barbecue sauce because you'll need it. In Lego City, you'll find Briccolini's Pizza and Pasta. This buffet is definitely the more affordable dining option. I recommend going for the family deal, which is about $50 for unlimited pasta, pizza, and drinks for 4 people. I was surprised to find that the buffet at Briccolini's was self-serve rather than having staff serving the food from behind the counter, which is kind of the norm these days. And not all guests in the buffet line were wearing masks indoors, so if you're concerned about COVID safety, I would probably skip this one. The food was okay, but it was pretty much all carbs, so again, if that's not something you'd like, I'd recommend going elsewhere. One snack you should definitely try are the apple fries in Lego City. They're sliced apples with funnel cake coating and caramel dipping sauce. These were delicious, so definitely add them to your list.
It's like an apple pie and a churro baby.
Okay, that was resort number 14 of the 21 resorts we are visiting in 2021. If you'd like to check out resort number 15, just click that video right there. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on notifications. And follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Top Flight Family. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.